So this is kind of surprising. So Nina Turner, who is an endorser of Bernie Sanders' former Ohio State senator, appeared on the Young Turks for Bernie Sanders' birthday bash episode that they did. And Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks asked Nina Turner whether or not she was planning or interested in a run for 2024. And the answer might surprise you.
Are you thinking about 2024?
I am. I mean, there are lots of people that I hear from all the time from all over this country who want me to consider running again. It's always something that is on my list. But for this moment, I'm going to continue to help progressive candidates, progressive causes. I'm also going to continue to navigate the racial justice space. To do those things, so we need corporations to come on through. Now they come through for themselves and the tax breaks and how they lobby Congress. We need them to come on through for the people. And there is a way to get some of those corporations to do that, especially on the justice side. Since we know that a number of corporations are pledged a whole lot of money for racial justice. Let's see if they can do that. So I'm also going to put some of my talent on that side. But absolutely strong consideration for 2024, no doubt.
So it's pretty surprising right there. Nina Turner saying that she is actually thinking about running in 2024. Now she says thinking about running again. And so considering that it's this specific year, 2024, I mean, I'm going to assume that that's obviously talking about the presidency. But Nina Turner, the most she has been is the Ohio State senator. Not at the federal level, but at the state house level. She ran for Secretary of State for Ohio. She did net over 1 million votes, but I believe she got like 35% of the race. And for that Ohio State Senate seat, she actually didn't win the election. She was actually uncontested. Nobody ran against her. So she was able to sort of nip that in the bud right away. And she seems to be thinking about running for 2024 for president. Now, what's interesting about a potential Nina Turner run is I think that she's probably the best that the progressives have at this point. Obviously, Bernie Sanders' days are over. He's finished. He's done. He's already ran twice. He's lost. And he regressed from the previous time that he ran. He didn't make any progress. He's too old now. So he is pretty much donezo. Obviously, we all agree on that. But that really leaves us in a weird position, right? Because then the question is, okay, do we even have anybody who's primed to run in 2024? Because we do have some progressive people who are sort of still building up their sort of, their careers as congressional members or whatever it is they hold, your AOCs, your Ilhan Omars, although she can't run for president, your Ro Khannas and things of that nature. So we don't really have somebody who's primed enough to run yet. So Nina Turner would kind of be the best shot you would have. I don't think AOC is going to run in 2024, although I do think she will run in the future. 2024 is too soon. She'll barely make the age cut for president. She'll barely be 35, which is the requirement to be president on Inauguration Day. So I don't think she's going to run. But Nina Turner kind of wins that situation by default because, I was thinking maybe Ro Khanna, but I don't really see Ro Khanna gaining much traction in a presidential race. Now, Nina Turner already has a really strong fan base. Okay, she has a really strong fan base because she's very outspoken, she's very animated, she's not afraid of anybody or anything. And like I've said before, there are a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters who were disillusioned with his weakness and his, just sort of his timidness, his weakness, his lack of aggression, his lack of attacks on Joe Biden, quashing Zephyr Teachout for calling out Joe Biden for being corrupt. People were very angry about that, and rightfully so, completely rightfully so. And so they know that Nina Turner not only would not do that, but actually that Nina Turner was pushing Bernie Sanders to actually attack Joe Biden more behind the scenes. So those people who are kind of alienated by Bernie Sanders, who are his supporters, have now flocked over to Nina Turner. Why have they flocked over to her? Because she is the opposite of that. What Nina Turner is she is aggressive. She will not be timid. She will not be weak. She will call you out. And that's what they're looking for. They want somebody to really call out the establishment, call out corrupt politicians, call out the corrupt Democratic Party, all of that kind of stuff. So that's who they're looking for. So she'll have that base. Then the question is, and this was actually the interesting wild card that I had thought of, because not too long ago, before Kamala Harris was picked as vice president, it was kind of random, but P. Diddy, okay, yes, P. Diddy, he almost a billionaire, he's not a billionaire yet. He used to obviously work with Notorious B.I.G., and he actually came out and was demanding that Joe Biden pick Nina Turner as his vice president. And Charlemagne also co-signed that. So it appears that there are some African American leaders or representatives or figures, I shouldn't say representatives, but figures, are in support of Nina Turner's run. So, the biggest sort of blockade for progressives when it comes to actually getting the nomination appears to be the African American vote. So the question is, can Nina Turner secure the African American vote? Well, I would say that her being the head of South Carolina's, in terms of Bernie's primary, she was the head of sort of the South Carolina situation in the machine, and that didn't really work out at all. So that's not a good indication. But is something like P. Diddy and them coming out and, saying, supporting her, is that a good sign? I would say so. The question then is, what is the African American vote guided by? Because really the African American vote is dominated by one group, and it's older people. It's older African Americans. That's pretty much all of the African American voting bloc. The younger voting bloc is really small, and so mostly it's all about swaying those people. So will Nina Turner be able to sway those people? That's the question. So that's kind of what it comes down to. I think it could be a wild card in terms of whether or not she'd be able to pull those people. I would certainly say she probably has the best chance, but honestly, I mean, there's no other progressive really in the running to run in 2024. If you want to consider Elizabeth Warren a progressive, maybe you throw her in the mix, but I don't think she would be ballsy enough to challenge Kamala Harris in 2024 when she's anointed the queen of the Democratic Party after being Joe Biden's vice president for 4 years. So, yeah, that's kind of the situation here. But I'm sure a lot of you guys will be excited by her announcing this. And I'm sure that a lot of you guys will hope that she does actually end up running in 2024, because you want her to call out the corrupt Democratic Party. And honestly, it would be definitely interesting to see how that pans out and how it goes. But definitely let me know your thoughts. Definitely let me know your thoughts about this down below. Definitely very curious to hear them. And I anticipate that I do know what a lot of you guys are going to say.